there, and welcome to a short practice that's going to involve using a chair. Try to have a chair that doesn't have any arms on it if possible, and one that you can plant your feet firmly on the floor, slide back and lean back into the chair to start with here. Rest your hands on your lap and close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath. Your next breath, let your shoulders rise up to your ears as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, circle your shoulders back and down. And do that again, inhaling to lift the shoulders and exhaling to circle them back and down. And then let your awareness drop down to your sit bones. Feel where they're anchored here on the chair. And then move the awareness to the space that lies in between the pelvic floor. Let your awareness travel all the way from this space up to the crown of your head, following the length of your spine as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, from the crown of your head back down to the tailbone as you breathe out. Breathing in, rise the length of the spine. And breathing out, just flow back down into feeling grounded, present, settled. Try to maintain that length in your spine, the level of your chin. Just turn your head towards your right shoulder. And it's okay to keep your eyes closed. If you're not comfortable with closed eyes, just gaze down towards the floor. As you breathe in, come back. And as you breathe out, turn to the left shoulder. As you breathe in, we'll come back to center again. And then drop your chin down in towards your chest. Let your hands come to your heart space. Open your eyes to gaze at those hands. We're going to let the hands rise, but as you do that, press into your feet and press your hands together quite firmly. Inhaling, let those arms lift up overhead, stretching them tall. As you exhale, release, but reach out through every finger until the arms lower to the floor. Bring your chin back into your chest. Inhale, stretch the arms back out. Retrace that circle all the way up to the top. And then come back into the chest. Inhale, back to the ceiling, stretching tall. Exhale, reaching and releasing back down to the floor. Inhale, reach for the top. And as you get there this time, let's interlace your fingers all the way up to the webbing. And then press your palms to the ceiling. The thumb side really pressing up, and drop your chin back down in towards your chest. Try to lower your shoulders as you lift your palms. So there's length in your arms and also length in your neck. We're going to lower those hands now to the space right behind your head. Press your head back into your hands, leaning back a little into that chair. And then let your right elbow drop down. Your left elbow is going to lift up towards the ceiling. Keep your feet pressing, your sit bones anchored. Use your belly on the inhale to come back to center. And on the exhale, let's drop the left elbow, lift the right elbow. Come on back to center. And then exhale, release your hands nice and slow down to your sides. As you inhale, let's take them back up overhead, circling and reaching intentionally. As you exhale, bring them back into your heart. When you get to the heart, interlace the opposite way. Press your palms away from your chest, press your belly back, your spine into the chair, your chin into your chest. And then open up those hands. Let your palms turn to the ceiling. Send your thumbs back as far as they go. Lean back into your chair. Lift up your chest. Look up. But don't collapse the back of your neck here. Stay strong in the arms, strong in the legs. And then let those arms come back down. Your spine's going to neutralize. Just gaze ahead. Excellent. Let's move forward a little bit in your chair now. So you're no longer leaning back on the chair. You're requiring your core strength to hold you up. Right hand is going to go down to the side. Left hand's going to rise. We're going to do a little side bend here. You're just going to feel your belly muscles having to work a little bit more. Opening up. Let your arms soften and just float down past your face, relaxing your shoulder as you let yourself rise. Come back to center. Left hand presses down, right hand presses up. And then we lean towards the left, holding tone to that belly. Elbow softens, shoulder softens. And then we rise, back to top. Both arms now are going to sweep down and up. Inhaling. As you exhale, reach forward, rest your belly on your thighs, release your head, release your arms. Just let yourself rest here for a breath. Try to keep your left fingertips on or near your toes, and your right hand is going to rise up now, twisting your body open to the side. Exhale, take that right hand down towards the toes, and then inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, bring that arm back down. Now both arms are going to sweep forward and up, all the way to sitting tall, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, float your arms back down to your sides. Sweep down, forward and up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, hold the belly strong, and then let it relax as you come down. Right fingertips stay near the toes, left fingertips rise, twisting. Exhale down. Right hand rises, left hand stays low. Exhale down. Both arms are going to sweep forward and up. Exhale, hands to your chest. And then take those hands, please, and place them on your left thigh. You can extend your right leg out here, pull your toes back towards your face, but keep a softness to your knees. Find the tall spine again, and we're going to hinge forward from here. Your head up, but let your toes come down to the ground. Press them down, and then lift them up. Press the toes down, and lift the toes up. Hold on, one breath. Now as you let your body rise, interlace those fingers. Lift up your right leg, catch on to your shin, and then use your arm strength to pull up into your belly. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest, stay active in your left foot. Push down into the ground. Really squeeze that thigh into the belly as much as you can. Take a deep breath. And then place your left hand on your thigh. Right hand's going to open up that leg to the side, plant that foot down on the ground. As you inhale, lift up your chest. Try to stay flat in your back as you hinge forward. Put some weight into your feet here. Maybe rest down onto the elbows. Use the arms to guide the knees a little bit wider. And feel the grounding of the feet. A strong foundation here as you open your hips. One more deep, deep breath. Let yourself slowly rise. Use a little tone to the belly here to help support your back as it rises. Bring your right leg all the way back around here to the front. And then keep your hands on that right thigh. Extend your left leg out. Sit up nice and tall, hinge with a flat back. We come forward, feeling that hamstring, responding with a nice stretch here. Point your toes down to the floor, and then pull them back up towards your face. We'll do that one more time. Pointing and flexing. Feel how that involves your calf muscle a little bit now. Start to let your body rise. Interlace your fingers here and catch on to that left shin. As you do, pull that thigh up into your belly. Lift your chest, but drop your shoulders. Feel the compression in the low belly space here, using the strength of your arms. We're going to place the right hand on the thigh. Let the left hand open up that leg. And place the foot down on the ground. Press into the feet. Inhale, lift up your chest. And then exhale, hinge forward. Placing the elbows down if that feels available and comfortable for you. And then draw those knees a little further apart. Last breath. Slowly let your body rise. You're going to take the left leg back in line with your right leg now. Take your hands behind you on your chair. Let your body come all the way forward. So you're just sitting at the edge of your chair now. And then start to draw your shoulder blades together. Lift up your chest, press down in your feet. Open up right across the sternum here. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the chest cave in. Let the belly draw back. The shoulders draw forward. The chin drops down. And then inhale. Start to press your navel forward. Lift your rib cage away from your hips. Drop your shoulders down and back. Lift your gaze. Don't collapse your neck. Just lengthen everything here. And then let your eyes come back towards the ground, neutralizing your spine, holding your belly strong. Release your hands, let them come forward in front of your chest. We're going to send weight into your feet here, just making sure your feet are hip distance apart, your knees are hip distance apart. Lean forward, press into those legs, and if you can, hover your seat off the chair. If you can't hover your seat, just press into your legs so you feel them get firm and strong. And then slowly let your seat drop down. Trust that the chair is there. And then we're going to do that again. Press weight into your feet, lift and hover. Keep your head up, your gaze up, your arms are extended and engaged. Slowly sit back down. And the last time here, press and rise. This time we're going to slowly rise all the way up to stand. Just take your time. Press your hands back as you get to the top. Let your shoulders rise up to your ears. Settle them back and press them down. We'll do that again. Big circle for the shoulders. Awesome. And we're going to come around to stand in behind your chair now. Fingertips are at the edges of your chair, and I just would like you to take a big step back with both feet. So your toes are pointing towards the chair legs. Soften your knees, lift up your tailbone here, and then start to sink your body down low so that your chest is dropping, but your head stays in line with your spine. Extend your arms, reach back with your tailbone, hold in strong with your belly. Maybe even lift just your toes off the floor. Keep your toe bases down, but the toes lift and spread them out. Deep breath, soften the back of the heart space. Let yourself slowly lift up, gaze first, then your chest. Soften your knees, step your left foot in between the chair legs. Turn your right toes out slightly, but plant and anchor that heel back down. And then bend into your left leg. Guide your chest so that it is centered with your chair, and then use your fingertips to push your shoulders back as far as they'll go. See how this feels here to anchor through that back leg, strong leg, as you bend into your left leg. Chest is centered. Maybe the right arm rises up, bicep beside your ear. Maybe the left arm rises up as well if you feel okay with balance today. Really want to challenge the balance, look up towards your hands. But drop your shoulders down. Release your arms slowly back down to the chair. Lift your back heel, pivot on those toe bases, step forward. So both feet are now behind the chair, hip distance apart. Press the top of your thighs towards the chair, but descend your tailbone down. Let it point straight down. You're going to take the hands back behind you so your baby fingers meet at that tailbone. And then squeeze your elbows and shoulders together. Press the glutes down to tilt your pelvis up in front. Lift up your sternum. Lift up your gaze. Firm up those thighs. Keep pressing those hips forward. And dropping your shoulders back. Squeeze your elbows together. Let your gaze come down to the chair, neutralizing the spine. And release your hands. Hands are going to go back on to the back of the chair here. We're going to take a big step back, both feet. Allow for your hips to rise and your heart to sink down low. Keep your ears between your biceps, don't drop your head. And let's play with this a little bit here this time. You're going to have just a tiny softness to the knees. Allow for your left hand to leave the chair, and it's going to come over to meet your right leg. Maybe at your thigh, maybe at your ankle, maybe somewhere in between. Extend your tailbone back, keep your spine long. And then from your diaphragm, twist your rib cage to look underneath your armpit. Try to keep a flat back and bend your knees as much as you need to, but try to bend them equally if you do. Release your left hand back up on top of the chair. And then take your right hand across to your left leg. Lengthen your tailbone, lengthen your crown, and then begin the twist from the rib cage to look underneath. And then slowly come back. Both hands are on the back of the chair here. Lift your gaze, lift your chest. Soften your knees, step your right foot forward so it's between the chair legs. Turn the left toes out, heel comes down to anchor into the ground. Bend your right leg towards the chair seat and push your shoulders back. Remember, the chest is centered. If your balance feels okay, if your legs feel strong today, raise your left arm. And then maybe raise your right arm as well. Try to push those thumbs back and reach those fingers up, lengthening as much as you can. As you press down into the legs, anchor, feel strong. Slowly float those arms down to your sides this time. Release any tension in your shoulders. Hands go back to the chair for a little bit of support. Lift your heel, pivot on your toe base, and step forward. Beautiful. From here, we're going to turn around and face the chair. And I'd like you to stand with your feet just a little bit wider than your chair seat now, or your chair legs. Your hands are going to come down onto the chair for a little support. And then I'd just like you to bend your knees and lower your bottom. Make sure your knees point in the direction of your toes. And then press yourself back up again. We're going to do that 2 more times. Bend your knees. Press back up. Last time. Awesome. Let's heel toe the feet just a little bit wider apart. And then allow for your forearms perhaps to come down on the chair. Lift your tailbone, lengthen your spine, stack your forearms, stack your hands, and then just bring your forehead down to rest on top of those hands. Continue to guide your sit bones apart, your tailbone up. Press into the outer edges, the baby toe edges of your feet a little bit more. Soften your shoulders. And just gently press the space above and between your eyebrows into the back of your hand if you're able to get down. If not, just let your head hover. Staying here for 3 deep breaths. Calming the central nervous system. Slowing down once again. When you're ready, let your head rise first. Then come back up onto your hands, place them at the edges of your chair. Keep your heels where they are, turn your toes out. And we're just going to bend into the right leg. Let your body lean right. Come through center, bend to the left leg. Let your body lean left. One more time to each side. And then come back to center again. Heel toe your feet back in to hip distance apart. Soften your knees. Take your hands to your hips. Tuck your tailbone down. Scoop your belly in. Stack your spine. Coming up nice and slow. Lift your gaze. Draw your elbows back together again. Lift up the chest. And then let the gaze come back towards the chair. Release your hands. And give everything a nice little shake. And from here, we're going to come back to sit in the chair again. As you come to sit in your chair, you can lean right back into the chair. And we're just going to pick up your left foot and see if you can bring your ankle on top of your thigh. Now, if you can't get your foot up on the thigh, it's okay to just rest it on the bottom of your leg. Maybe you could use a towel or something to hold it there. But if you can, get it right up on top. Make sure your ankle and your heel is on top of your thigh, and then flex your foot. And then go ahead and lean back in the chair. And I just want you to really relax here as much as you can. Let those hips soften so that knee can just fall with the aid of gravity here without you forcing it in any way. Take a deep breath. As soon as you start to feel some softening in your body, if you want to add a little bit more, you're going to sit up tall on your sit bones now, feeling the sensation increase. Shoulders down, jaw relaxed. And if you still have some more space to stretch those hips, let's take your arms forward and hinge forward. Maybe stack your arms on your leg. Don't push the leg down, just let it rest gently. Keep your foot flexed, remember. Keep your breath deep. Deep breath in, breathe through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's try that again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then slowly rise if you leaned forward. We're going to remove the leg gently, place it back down on the floor. And just take a moment to notice the difference between the two sides. We're going to do your right leg now, so pick up that right leg. Place your ankle, place your heel on top of your thigh if you're able to, or just as high as you can go. Let's lean right back into the chair and relax those hips. Relax the inner thigh, the outer hip here. Let that knee just fall as low as it will go. As soon soon as you start to feel some acceptance in your body here, you can start to sit up a little taller and ease into a little bit of a deeper stretch. You really have to approach the body in a gentle way in order to get good results. If we're aggressive, the body tends to tighten up and we don't get increased mobility. So just be very kind to yourself as you perhaps lean forward a little bit more, seeing if you have a little bit more stretch in your hip here today, a little bit more release. Many of us have been forced to sit a little more than we would like to in recent days, so it feels really good to open things up and move them in a different way again. Take one more breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel the tension go. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. And then go ahead and release your leg. Beautiful. Let's take your legs wide. Sit right up towards the edge of your chair now. Take a deep inhale. Lift up your heart. Lift up your gaze. And as you exhale, just let your hands slide down your shins towards your feet. Your body's going to collapse forward. Place your hands on the floor if you can, just below your head. Drop your head right into your throat here. Little pressure in your feet. Stay strong in your foundation. But then just hang and be soft. Right from the hinge of the pelvis all the way to the top of your head. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your face is relaxed. One at a time, you can take your hands, place them up on top of your thighs. Scoop your belly in quite strongly here to support your spine as it stacks all the way back up to sitting tall. Head's going to come up last, and your legs are going to heel-toe their way all the way back together again. You're going to take your right hand and place it on your left thigh. Your left hand is going to go behind you somewhere on the chair. Just keep your shoulders down. As you inhale, press into your feet, firm up your legs. Don't let them move. And as you exhale, allow from the diaphragm the twist to happen, then the rib cage, then the shoulders, and then your head. And then even your eyes are going to turn back a little further. Deep breath. Let your eyes come back first. And then your head, slowly turning the head all the way back around to the other shoulder. And then everything comes back to center, nice and slow. Allow your left hand to come to your right thigh. Your right hand's going to come behind you on the chair somewhere. Shoulders level. Press into your feet. Lift up the top of your head as high as you can. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale from your belly, rotate your rib cage, your shoulders, your head, your eyes. Eyes come back, head turns towards the opposite shoulder, and the body slowly unwinds. Allow yourself to slide right back in your chair. Leaning back, resting. Hands can be down if you need that sense of grounding in your life. If you just feel overwhelmed and anxious and worried, place the palms down. If you've transitioned into a level of acceptance and you are receptive, then allow yourself to turn the palms facing up. Let the eyelids gently close. Relax your whole face and separate your teeth so that your jaw can relax too. Relax your tongue. All four sides of the neck soften, the shoulders sink down. weight of your hips as they rest in the chair, the weight of your thighs as they soften. And the soles of your feet connected to this earth. Visualize yourself breathing here with the earth. This time of renewal. This time of rest. Embracing the pause that has been presented to us in our life. Less resistance, a little more flow, a little more ease. Just see if you can be comfortable in the stillness. Resisting any urge to fidget or move, just be. Bow your head in towards your hands, connecting your mind and your heart together, so that we may move through the rest of our day with compassion and love and kindness towards others and towards ourselves. Heart to heart we join. Namaste. Come back into the heart space. I'd just like you to take your arms nice and wide for me. And then cross over your arms in front of you, wrap them around behind you, grab onto yourself and give yourself a great big hug from me. For those of you who practice with me regularly, I miss you. And for those who may be new, I thank you for joining us. And hopefully I'll get to hug you for real soon. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day.